Yo, what's up for you guys? Mike here, your host in Mix TV. Good morning, guys, and welcome to another sit down vlog with me, Juan. I'm alone today. So, yeah, as you can see, there's a bunch of toys in front of me, and I'm not a toy expert. I don't collect those expensive ones as well. For me, it's just more of a nostalgia. Yeah, we're just gonna go back to the time when I'm still am actually into cartoons. Not toys, but cartoons basically. Movies and the Saturday morning cartoons. People who knows what Saturday mornings are during the time, 70's, 80's, people can relate. Alright, so please don't forget to like, share, and hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you won't miss any more videos from Mix TV. Alright? So, as you can see, there's a small lineup. These are really old toys except for a couple of toys here. I think some of them are here, Funko Pops. But the rest of them are, if I remember correctly, these are some of the toys that I gave to my son. Some of them I collected myself. Particularly this car, a Porsche Coupe, a Ferrari Testarossa, and then something similar to a Hot Wheel green light. This is a Chevrolet Camaro, and yeah, and then as you can see, this huge Batmobile from the Batman movie. Some of the mechanical stuff doesn't work anymore, but it was working a few days ago, but I don't know what happened because someone played with it. And as you can see, Batman is actually inside it. There you go. See? And it's battery operated and it still works. And now it's just up on display on the balcony. Alright? And then you have the Bionicle here, and then you have Hulk, and then the small tiny doll, which I actually just picked up by the roadside in Malaysia when I was walking around. Optimus Prime. Alright, talking about nostalgia, basically when I was still young, I have a lot of cartoons growing up, and I watched a lot of cartoons, even up until now, as I mentioned earlier. I like watching cartoons, but no one beats the old school cartoons. So let's lay it down there. So let's start talking about those mecha. Nowadays they call this, I think, robot animes. But during our time, 70's, 80's, they were called mecha. Alright, these are Japanese cartoons, robots, and those big robots similar to the Voltrons of nowadays. So I'm just gonna list, I think, 4 or 5 robots that you probably would be able to relate to if you are at my age right now, that you would understand who they are and what they are. So I think I'm gonna start with number 5, Mekanda robot. right? So no one would actually forget the theme song for Mekanda Robot because you won't. It's really very catchy. So Mekanda Robot. So yes, and it's a red. That's this red robot that is composed of 3 planes, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember the pilots' names, but it's 3 planes that combine into one big robot. So during that time, the concept of Transformers came to that idea, if I'm not mistaken, where one robot turns into a couple of robots turns into one big massive robot. So during that time, Mecha, they already had this idea because it came from Japan, right? So there's 3 planes, 3 pilots, and then merge into one robot. So that's Mekanda Robot. Number 4 is, if I'm not mistaken, is Daimos. Daimos is one big robot inside a big truck, and then it's piloted by one guy. I cannot remember the name, but yeah. So the cool thing about this robots is they have fighting skills like a normal martial artist. So that's one of the criteria that the pilot has to have, because they have to have fighting skills, and the robot actually follows whatever movements you do. All right. So how does it work? The truck jumps over a cliff, and then the van opens up the whole torso and the body, and then the car jumps into the truck and then becomes the pilot. And then as it flies off the cliff, it turns around and then transforms into this big robot, which is called Daimos. Alright, so that's number 4. Number 3, I'm torn between Mazinger Z and UFO Grandizer. But UFO Grandizer, I've seen it like very, very little. But the reason why I like it, I put it on 3, is because I like the robot. The form of the robot is very, very nice actually. It's not very curvy, it's not very squarish, it's more of curvy. It even has a bit of muscles in it. Alright, so number 2, Mazinger Z. Mazinger Z is the first robot that comes out of a swimming pool. Alright, and it's not assembled, it's not a multiple, what do you call that? It's not a multiple sheet that forms into one robot, but it's actually one robot. And then a hovercraft goes in, Koji Kabuto comes in, so at least I remember his name, comes in a hovercraft and drops into his head, basically the brain, and that's he becomes a pilot. And there's a funny part there where there's also a woman robot called Sayaka, and she owns this robot where it fires boob missiles, literally. Boobs comes out, 2 missiles. And then after which, she's done. So when Mazinger Z is in dire straits, needs of help, Sayaka comes into the picture. She flies in or runs in, or I don't know if she can still fly. She can already fly during that time, but I don't think she can. She swoops in, helps Mazinger Z, and then fires 1 or 2 of the bosom, and then that's it. She's done. She's done for the day, and then she goes back to the headquarters, and that's basically her. Alright, so that's number 2, Mazinger Z. Number 1, Voltez V. Voltez V is the best ever mecha robot I've ever watched since childhood. We even saw it in the cinema. The good thing about it is the theme song is very catchy. Everyone knows the song, even if it's in Japanese. And whenever they vault in, there are 5 ships. Whenever they vault in, they play the theme song. So people who ever seen the TV shows, watch the movies, knows the song, right? And then they're the first mecha or the robot that comes into 5 ships, right? So there's 5 people, and then they have their own ship, and then they first fight in their ships, and then they merge into one. That's when the music comes in, and then let's vault in. Yeah, you would understand if you're my age. Yeah. So Voltez V was iconic. It was epic. It was like it's unforgettable. In fact, there are toys around us being sold like so expensive where you just collect it just for the purpose of displaying it and not even playing around with it. right? So cartoons is a big part of my childhood, and up until now, I still love cartoons. I still watch, just like the Avengers, the cartoons, the Justice League, Batman, Flash, everything that's cartoon, I'm into it. The child in me never left actually. So I don't know if you guys can relate. I think I watch more cartoons than my son does. Even today, I still watch cartoons. Yeah, and I've never really delved into comics. I like comics, but I don't like reading them. I just like looking at the illustrations because the graphics are really, really amazing. Yeah, and then a couple of 80s cartoon show, He-Man, of course, you can relate. You guys can relate. And a few cartoons that I really like were ThunderCats, Lionel, Chitara, Panthro, Tigra, Wily Kit and Wily Cat, and then a small cat I forgot. I forgot his name. And then SilverHawk. SilverHawks I really love though. Unfortunately, they only have like one season, 57 episodes I think. But it was an amazing TV show as well. So SilverHawk, they have like Quicksilver, they have Copper Kid, they have Bluegrass, they have Ironheart and Steelheart and Steel Wheel. So they are twin brother sister weightlifters that has heart problems, and then they were like fixed their. So I think they were part android. Copper Kid doesn't speak. Bluegrass is the one with the guitar, and then Quicksilver is the leader of the band. And then they have this hawk called Tallyhawk. And then as they go along with the season and the episode, they started adding other, SilverHawks. I clearly remember this one character called Flashback where he flips back and then turns back time. Right, so yeah, those are ThunderCats are really good. I like watching them. SilverHawks, and then you have Mask where they have Mask, and then things just fires out of their mask. Visionaries, these are like magicians or mystic magicians where they have what do you call this, sticks where they command magic out of that, and then they kind of like learn out some spells to fight their enemies. And then of course G.I. Joe, you can never beat G.I. Joe. So but I was a bit like pushed back when I saw the movies G.I. Joe. But of course Snake Eyes is my best, it's the best character for me. Clint, and then a few more other guys. So G.I. Joe, ThunderCats, SilverHawks. Of course you have Justice League, Legion of Doom, those funny looking superheroes, but you can never go wrong with that. And of course they also started during the time 70s, 80s, Star Rangers. Star Rangers I think were the first 5 Japanese characters that is somewhat similar to Power Rangers now. So they're the first ones. So in their faces they have like I think it's the cards. Oh no. I think it's just shapes. So one is the shape of a diamond, that whenever he pulls something out of it, he pulls out a bow and arrow. The one is like just a straight one, pulls out a whip. The other one is a circle that pulls out like a ball that explodes. The spade is like a ninja star, and then I think there's another one where it's a boomerang. Yeah. So that's 5 of them. They're called Star Rangers. They're the first one to start off the 5-team Power Rangers kind of genre cartoons or superheroes, right? Yeah. So Star Rangers, and then there's this very old TV show. That's what it's called. Ball in Fantasyland. There's this small kid where he has this stuffed toy with a small hammer, and the stuffed toy comes alive and brings him to the Fantasyland where he becomes a hero. And he has this small doom buggy toy where whenever he hits it with the hammer, it turns big and it becomes this massive doom buggy, real life doom buggy, and then he goes around saving people from the Fantasy Island. It's really nice. I don't know. I mean, I may be gullible because it's so impossible. It's a fantasy island. Yeah. So, and then there's a few more. Then Dungeons and Dragons, He-Man, She-Ra. What else? Then Voltron came. Voltron is an exaggeration of Voltez V. I mean, the other Voltron, not the Voltrons with the lion. The lions are actually cool. 5 lions that forms into one robot. It's perfectly amazing actually. It's a very good idea. And when they started out with another Voltron, that is, I don't know. I mean, I was like, this is absurd. You have 3 fleets that forms into one robot. Fleets, yeah? So you have the air team, the land team, and the sea team. So the sea team consists of 5 ships. The land team and the air team also the same. And then they form, all 15 ships form into one Voltron. A Voltron robot. Which is, I don't know, it's like an overkill. I think that didn't last long as well, but Voltron did. And in fact, they actually remake the Voltron robot into a Lego. And it was like selling like hell. It's very expensive. It's a collector's item. I have a friend, I have a co-worker who actually designed it and it was approved by Lego, and then they produced it, and then they only sell like limited items where everyone started buying it, collecting it, and then some people even buy 3 items where they just keep the one with the signature, one for display, and the one to play around with it. I didn't manage to get to buy. I bought for my friend 4 items, 4 Voltron Legos for my friend, but I didn't manage to buy one for myself because it's too expensive. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really a toy collector, so I don't know what to do with it. I was thinking of buying toys, so we probably will get into that later on. But yeah, those are the TVs, the cartoons that I grew up with, 70s, 80s, 90s. And then the cartoons nowadays are really, really amazing. In terms of graphics, how they make the movies realistic and whatnot. Even the toys. Toys are very expensive nowadays. So nowadays they call what they call art toys. Art toys, these are the ones that you collect and then you sell later on. You just keep it and then probably sell it. So there's a lot of bunch of those. For example, one example is the Hulk Buster by Iron Man. It's this big. I think it costs like 40,000 pesos. And the only thing it does is you can open up the shell, you can see Iron Man in there, move the arm, move the arms, move the hands, move the arms, tilt it, that's it. It's called the power pose. But other than that, that's it. It's much more of a display. It's this big. I was tempted to buy it, but then I don't know where to put it. And a couple of toys are like this. Vinyls, like that. Yeah, so our average price of 160 to 200 US dollars. And then they have this bear bricks, and then the cows. These are all considered art toys where you see celebrities, sneakerheads, sneaker collectors having those massive bear bricks and cows in their houses that cost a lot. I don't know what are they gonna do with it. I was talking to a friend of mine who also collects. They say that you just buy it, keep it, and then the price will go up later on, then you can go and sell it. It's a collector's item. I did bought a couple, but it was a long story, and I'm still hoping for it to arrive from the US. It's almost 6 months now. Yeah, so, and yes, I said, I still watch cartoons. I love cartoons. I don't know, I think that's just the kid in me. And I'm sure you guys also have like a preferred cartoon you want to watch, or a superhero, or a toy to play with, or a toy to keep, or a toy that never grows old on you, right? I don't know, I haven't picked one mine for myself, but I think whatever I have right now is basically nostalgia for me. It brings back the memory. I was happy that, you know, they're still all good, right? So I think this is our like 25 years old or 20 years old. and they're still here with me. So I also have those Funko Pops just because they're cute. I don't intend to sell them, I just want to keep them and I want to open them and take them out of the boxes just to keep them pristine. Other than that, all my Hot Wheels are somewhere. It's actually not mine, it's somebody else. But yeah, so nostalgia it is. So I hope you guys like the display of toys. There's plenty more, but I just didn't bring them down. So I just want to share with you guys. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I might miss out the names of the superheroes or the characters in the TV series that I mentioned, but I'm just looking back at the times where cartoons are very simple. There's no CGI, there's no realistic people around it. There's just basically cartoons, and brings back memories. Alright, so if you guys have any comments, anything that you want to add to this vlog, to this video, please do so. Please comment down below. Share your thoughts and maybe share your toys, right? Or maybe share the movies that you loved, you liked, and you still are watching. Cartoons, yeah? Not movies, not real action shows, but cartoons. Right? Share them and let me know your thoughts. Alright, so that's all for today. That's all for today's vlog, and I hope you guys liked it. But before we go, please don't forget to like, share, and hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you won't miss any videos from Mix TV. Thank you guys, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.
Annyeong.
Alright. Yeah. Yes. Annyeong is right there. I cannot get out of my chair. Oh, yeah.